everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. And also, thanks to those of you who will be watching this on the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. So, this just in, they say there was another mass shooting, Maryland mass shooting, leaving 3 dead and 1 injured after a shooting inside of a Smithsburg manufacturing facility. So, they say 3 people were found or dead. They were found dead after a shooting at a manufacturing facility. The Washington County Sheriff's Office confirms that deputies responded to the shooting at Columbia Machine in the 12,900 block of Bickle Road near Smithsburg High and Middle School. This was around 2 p.m. today. Now, according to the Sheriff's Office, deputies at the scene found 4 victims who had been shot. 3 of the victims were pronounced dead at the scene. The 4th victim was critically injured, but police did not give an update on the victim's condition as of yet. Investigators say, hold on, let me get rid of these pop-ups. So investigators say the suspect fled the scene prior to deputies arriving there. Now, Maryland State Troopers were also responding to the shooting, and they encountered the suspect's vehicle in the area of Maplesville Road and Mount Etna Road, and they began to chase the suspect. Now, the sheriff's office said the suspect and an MSP trooper exchanged gunfire, and both were injured during the shooting. The trooper and the suspect have both been taken to an area hospital for treatment. I want y'all to pay attention. So the shooter's not dead, even though he shot a police officer. Very interesting. Very interesting, but unarmed Black people get killed every day by police. But let's not even get into that. I'm going to share my screen so you all can view this footage of the incident or the news report. Okay, everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the commentary. Thank you in advance, beloved. This all seems so nefarious, and clearly, I'm really so sure there's a more nefarious, sinister agenda behind all these shootings. Okay, this is just not normal. I know we have nefarious people in this country, but this all reeks of gun control. Right?
Okay, for those of you who did not already talk to me, my name is Sergeant Carly Hose. It's spelled C-A-R-L-Y, last name H-O-S-E. I am the Public Information Officer for the Washington County Sheriff's Office. I am going to give you a brief overview of the information we are releasing so far in reference to the incident that we had earlier. Today at approximately 2:30 p.m., the Washington County Sheriff's Office responded to Columbia Machine, Inc., which is located at 12912 Bickle Road, Smithsburg, Maryland, for reports of an active shooter. Units immediately responded and located 4 victims, 3 of which were deceased at the scene, and 1 who was critically injured and transported. The suspect fled the scene prior to law enforcement's arrival. The description was quickly released to the additional responding units, and the vehicle was encountered by a Maryland State Police trooper. And that encounter happened in the area of Mapleville Road and Mount Etna Road. Gunshots were exchanged between the suspect and the trooper. Both were injured and transported for medical treatment. Multiple federal agencies, including the FBI and ATF, have responded to assist in this investigation. There's no confirmed active threat to the community in reference to this incident, and more information will be released as the investigation continues.
The suspect, did he work at this facility? Like, what's the relationship between the suspect and this facility?
As you can imagine, this is an ongoing investigation. I know everybody has a lot of specific questions that we currently don't have the information to release at this time.
Did the shooting happen inside the factory, and were 4 victims employees of the factory?
In reference to employment and whatnot, I don't have that to confirm. That's something that we're going to go back and be able to get that question answered for everybody. And the exact location of where on the property it happened, I don't have that to report right now.
Can you say anything about a possible motive, or if there was any kind of warning ahead of time that this person was going to do something or anything like that, any calls?
In reference to the suspect, any possible motives, like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. This incident just happened at 2:30 this afternoon. Our investigators are working diligently to get those questions answered, but I do not have them for release currently.
Do you have the suspect's name, and is he from this area?
I do not have information to release to you about the suspect currently.
Do you have any age, sex, or anything of that nature?
I do not have age, name, sex to release on the suspect. I can say the suspect was a male.
What are the conditions of the trooper and the suspect?
Any questions in reference to the incident between the trooper and suspect out at Mapleville Road have to be directed to the Maryland State Police Public Information Officer. They are going to be handling the follow-up information in reference to that portion of this incident.
We're hearing that Hagerstown Hospital is on lockdown. Is that because the suspect is there right now?
Any questions in reference to the hospital status will have to be directed to Meredith Medical Center.
Can you say what was going on inside the business at that time at 2:30 in the afternoon? Would it have been busy with employees and business activity?
In reference to what business was being conducted at that time, who was there, those are pieces of the puzzle that our investigators are currently putting together right now.
Any idea of these two fired first?
Any questions in reference to the incident involving the trooper will have to be directed to Maryland State Police.
I have a question. You know, obviously there have been a lot of mass shootings that have been happening all across the country, and then we have one that happens, you know, in a small town like this one. You know, as somebody in law enforcement, what do you make of this?
My job right now is to report to you in the community the facts of what we're handling right now. Opinions and things like that I'm not going to go into, because that is not my job. My job right now is to let the community know, let you guys know what happened and where we're at currently with the investigation, and to continue to brief you as we go through, because like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. Our detectives are working diligently to put the pieces of the puzzle together so we're able to fill the community in on what happened.
Any message to at least the community? I understand there was a shooting outside the strip mall yesterday. The idea of, you know, you have two back-to-back incidents like this. At least any message you'd like to relate to them?
I can tell you the incidents are not related. Okay. And any active threat to our community in reference to this incident, there is none.
Can you say what kind of gun or guns he was armed with?
No, that's not information that I have to release at this time. Like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. This is very early in the investigation, so I've given the information that we have to release. We will put out more information at a later time as well.
Can you provide information on the victims? You said 3 are dead. Do you know if they're male, female, approximate ages that you can provide us with?
I don't have that currently. That's something we can try to work on for follow-up.
Lady, you don't seem to have much information. Why are you giving this press conference? And if you couldn't answer questions, then why didn't you let the other police department, who clearly has more information, as it seems, why don't you just let them do the press conference? I'm just curious. Anyway, I loved it when that reporter asked her, there's been a string of mass shootings. Do you have any thoughts on that? And she didn't want to answer that, honey, because what he really wanted to say without saying it was, honey, are these for real? Is there any false flags? I mean, we've heard, you know, people speculate. Could you elaborate? No, she don't have anything to say, honey. What about voice of God technology, ma'am? Have you heard anything about that, lady? Clearly, she's not going to answer any of those questions. At the end of the day, it all seems very suspect and clearly nefarious that all of these shootings continue to occur, and Biden and his whole gang is pushing so tenaciously, right, so relentlessly to get those gun rights bill or that gun control bill passed. Right? So anyway, with that all being said, that's what happened. 3 dead, 1 injured. And the suspect, well, he's injured but alive, even after he got into a shootout with the police. Pay attention. With that all being said, everyone please enjoy the rest of this day, and I will talk to you.